Mike Emanuel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Healthcare. As you're well aware, obviously, a lot of Republicans ran against your healthcare law. Some have called for repealing the law. I'm wondering, sir, if you believe that healthcare reform that you work so hard on is in danger at this point, and whether there's a threat as a result of this election.
Well, I know that there's some Republican candidates who won last night who feel very strongly about it. I'm sure that this will be an issue that comes up in discussions with the Republican leadership. As I said before, though, I think we'd be misreading the election if we thought that the American people want to see us for the next 2 years relitigate arguments that we had over the last 2 years. With respect to the health care law generally, and this may go to some of the questions that Savannah was raising. You know, when I talk to a woman from New Hampshire who doesn't have to mortgage her house because she got cancer and is seeking treatment, but now is able to get health insurance. When I talk to parents who are relieved that their child with a pre-existing condition can now stay on their policy until they're 26 years old and give them time to transition to find a job that will give them health insurance, or the small businesses that are now taking advantage of the tax credits that are provided, then I say to myself, this was the right thing to do. Now, if the Republicans have ideas for how to improve our health care system, if they want to suggest modifications that would deliver faster and more effective reform to a health care system that has been wildly expensive for too many families and businesses, and certainly for our federal government, I'm happy to consider some of those ideas. For example, I know one of the things that's come up is that the 1099 provision in the health care bill appears to be too burdensome for small businesses. It just involves too much paperwork, too much filing. It's probably counterproductive. It was designed to make sure that revenue was raised to help pay for some of the other provisions, but if it ends up just being so much trouble that small businesses find it difficult to manage, that's something that we should take a look at. So there are going to be examples where I think we can tweak and make improvements on the progress that we've made. That's true for any significant piece of legislation. But I don't think that if you ask the American people, should we stop trying to close the donut hole that will help senior citizens get prescription drugs? Should we go back to a situation where people with pre-existing conditions can't get health insurance? Should we allow insurance companies to drop your coverage when you get sick, even though you've been paying premiums? I don't think that you'd have a strong vote for people saying, those are provisions I want to eliminate.
According to the exit poll, sir, about 1 out of 2 voters apparently said that they would like to either see it overturned or repealed. Are you concerned that that may embolden those who are from the other party, perhaps?
Well, it also means 1 out of 2 voters think it was the right thing to do. And obviously this is an issue that has been contentious. But as I said, I think what's going to be useful is for us to go through, the issues that Republicans have issues on, not sort of talking generally, but let's talk specifics. Is this particular provision, when it comes to pre-existing conditions, is this something you're for or you're against? Helping seniors get their prescription drugs, does that make sense or not? And if we take that approach, which is different from campaigning, I mean, this is now governing, then I think that we can continue to make some progress and find some common ground.